morning students. Now we are going to see about the trial balance. Trial balance is nothing but a bookkeeping worksheet in which the balance of all the ledgers are compiled into debit and credit column total that are equal. So with this nothing but the whatever the calculation which I have meant in the ledger account, in the balance amount will be carried on to the next account which is namely called trial balance. So in that trial balance there will be a two column, debit column and credit column. So the balance of debit balance account will be posted under the debit column, and the balance which is credit will be posted in the credit column. So the trial balance nothing but a bookkeeping worksheet which will transfer all your ledger balance into a single account which is called trial balance. So the main feature or main benefits which is available by using trial balance is, so it includes all the balance which is calculated in the ledger account. So we cannot say it is a part of a ledger account, it is acts like a statement. It is mainly prepared to check the arithmetical accuracy of your ledger account, and it can be prepared at any date on which the accounts are closed and balanced, but usually at the end of the accounting year only we will prepare the trial balance. The preparation of trial balance, how to prepare a trial balance. So to prepare a trial balance you have to fix one fixed date, and at the head of the trial balance you will write trial balance as on, you will write that particular date. It will have 5 columns. The first column is serial number, second particular, it will contain all your various ledger accounts. Ledger folio is nothing but it represents the ledger folio number in which that particular balance has been taken from which ledger, to ensure where the balance of ledger has been taken. In debit column, all your account which having a debit balance have to enter that amount in the debit column, and the credit amount, it's nothing but the credit balance, all the account which is having a credit balance will be recorded in that credit amount column. There is no set of order to maintain such a certain sequential order to enter the data. So this is the structure or format for preparing a trial balance. So at the top you will write your company name, trial balance, asset, you will write the date. So as earlier I have mentioned that there is 5 column, serial number, particular, in the particular only you will write all your ledger account from which you have carried on the balance and their number. Debit, if it is that ledger account, it's a debit balance, that amount should be entered in the debit balance. If it is a credit balance, then the amount will be entered in the credit balance. So at last you will have a total, so you will total the debit and credit, which should be equal. The debit should tally with the credit column. For preparing trial balance there are certain rules. Let us see what is that rule. All the debit balance should enter in the debit column, which I have already told you. So what all the item can be should be entered in the debit column means all the asset. So all the assets should be entered, that amount should be entered in your debit balance. The expenses amount, drawing account, cash and bank balance. If there is any loss, it should be entered in the debit column. And in the credit balance, all your liabilities, income account, capital and profits. So these 4 items will entered in the credit column amount. So usually we will not enter the closing stock in the trial balance. It will be come under the adjustment transaction only. So it will be adjusted in the purchase account. So what are the method we are using for preparing a trial balance? There are 2 methods, balance method and total amount method. Balance method is nothing but you are taking that balance of particular ledger account, transfer into the trial balance account, whereas total amount is nothing but the total of each side of the account, on the debit side and the credit side. Each side of the account will be recorded in the trial balance. So these are the 2 methods we are following for preparing a trial balance, but mostly we will prepare the balance, use the balance method. Will you agree that whether the trial balance is giving that proof of accuracy No, the trial balance will not give the truth of accuracy, because there is a possibility of errors can be occurred. There are certain errors, different types of errors are available. So if the errors are done in that ledger account or in the posting the trial balance account, then that will be inaccurate. So the trial balance cannot able to give the accuracy of the accounts. So what are all the errors can be made in preparing the accounts? First one is errors of omission. Nothing but if there is any transaction which is actually happened but fails to record in the books of account, then that type of error will be called as a errors of omission. Errors of principle is nothing but there are so many accounting standard principles. If he fails to follow any such a type of a principle and fails to enter the entry according to that principle, then that type of error will be called as a error of principle. Error of commission. Error of commission is nothing but that occurs when an entry is recorded in debit or credit to the current account. For example, the transaction which should be actually entered in the debit column, but by mistake if you entered that in the credit column, then that type of error will be called as a error of commission. Compensating error is nothing but two types of mistake will be done. One, that error mistake which is done in the debit column will be compensated the mistake which is done in the credit column. So you are compensating the error for one error for other error, then that type of error will be called it as a compensating error. So there are four types of error: error of omission, error of principle, error of commission, and compensating error. If these errors occurs when preparing the trial balance, then the accuracy of the trial balance we cannot able to give the proof. So the trial balance will not giving the result as a accuracy. So in that type of case, there will be a difference in the trial balance, either debit side or credit side. So in order to equate the totals, so usually we will prepare a suspense account. So these are the reason why the trial balance is having a difference. First, where the omission occurs, wrong posting and the wrong side of ledger account, wrong addition or balancing the total amount or ledger account, subsidiary book calculation, maintaining a wrong transaction, twice subsidiary book entered twice in the ledger account, the balance of written on the wrong side of the trial balance, error in the totaling of trial balance. So these are the reason why the trial balance is having a difference. If the difference is there, so usually we will prepare a suspend account by giving the difference amount. If the difference in the debit side means, so the suspense account amount will be posted in the debit column to equalize the debit and credit account. Thank you, students.